All right, welcome to a recap episode of Blue is the New White. So this is something we're going to be doing in between episodes. I'm going to try to pick out the best moments, at least that resonated or inspired me in the podcast episodes that I do, not only to make it a little bit more digestible for the audience, considering the episodes are anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour long, but also kind of give you a preview of what it was that we discussed, why it's so impactful, and whether or not you actually want to spend the time to listen to that episode. So without further ado, we're going to just kind of jump right into it here. Now, full disclosure, this is new, so we're just kind of trying it out, seeing what feels right, and hopefully put out something of value to the audience out there, and we'll see how it goes. So this last episode that I did, and the first episode that we're actually going to be starting with, is the episode with Tommy Mello. So for those who don't know who Tommy Mello is, this guy's a powerhouse, just so much energy in the blue collar skilled trades, really home service space. Man, and this guy does so much. All right, he started with A1 Garage Doors, heavy in acquisitions. I think his businesses are doing upwards of $200 million a year. Something like that, but he's also got a couple of books out. He puts on industry events once a year. I think the next one is the Freedom event on the 25th of September 2024, depending on when you're listening to this. And also has like coaching programs and things like that. The guy does everything, man, and he's so intense. You know, it's interesting and it's inspiring, right? To talk to somebody who's so candid and so direct and so sure of the things and the thoughts that they have, right? That you can't help but kind of be entranced by some of the things that they say. That's like the overall vibe. So if I had to pick one thing out of the episode that really resonated with me, it's something he talked about a couple of times, right? But it was this: don't be a victim. Don't make excuses for yourself, right? And really just, so here's what he said. He said, look in the mirror and I'll give you every reason why you're failing.
If you're going to do it, you got to go all in. And there's no excuses. Look in the mirror and I'll give you every single reason why you're failing. Would you work for you? And most people say they're not worth 60 grand. Why would I pay them 60 grand? The majority of my people make six figures. And it's all performance pay, bonus structure, equity, incentive programs. They eat what they kill.
Let that sink in for a second. Look in the mirror and I'll give you every reason why you're failing. Basically what he's saying is that we live in a day and age where we just make so many excuses for not succeeding, not being happy, not living life to its fullest potential. And, you know, this is wildly detrimental to society, to our families, to ourselves, you know, and what does it stem from? I don't know what it stems from. It just sympathy, right? The need to feel like people care. I don't know, you know, but it's in everything. We see it in everything. We see it in politics. We see it in geography. We see it in environment. We see it in your home life and race, religion, you know, all this kind of stuff. We find excuses in these things to justify what we aren't doing. And this is wrong, guys. I don't know. Listen, if I spent my entire life saying that I didn't have any business experience, so I shouldn't get into business, you know, I wouldn't be where I am today. And I would believe that most of my audience wouldn't be where they are today. You know, so this victim mindset, it grabs a hold of us in so many different areas, some areas that we don't even think, or we don't even know that it's latching on to us, right? You know, sure, there are some exceptions, right? You know, sickness and disease and even physical limitation, you know, handicap, disabilities, that kind of stuff. But you know what? Even then, there's a fine line. I'll tell you right now. So I live in a gated community, but right outside my gated community, there's a house out there, and it's got a giant, almost like a water park in the backyard, right? So and there's a truck in the driveway, and this truck is a construction company. You can tell it's like it's, you know, whoever lives there is the owner of the construction company. There's a crane on the back. You know why there's a crane on the back of that truck? There's a crane in the back of that truck because this guy has no legs. I shit you not. Like I see him wheeling around out there, when I leave my complex and I come back in and things like that. And he's out there and he's doing things and he's tending to his yard and he's building this shit in the back, for his kids or whoever is living there. There's cyber trucks in the driveway. I mean, this guy is clearly well off. This guy clearly owns a company despite having no legs. Okay. So, that's just an example of like somebody who refuses to, fall victim, fall prey to, this mindset that he's somehow lesser than, yet fully capable people all over the place, maybe yourself, maybe myself included at times, right? Just tend to find reasons and find ways to not do something, to justify being lazy or not going to the gym or not doing that report or not contacting that customer or, whatever it is, not spending time with our family. I don't know, but it seems like this is an epidemic or a pandemic. I don't know the difference, right? But it feels like it's a problem in this world. And while some people can recognize it and some people can evade it, and some people like Tommy are very good at not letting it affect their everyday life, there are so many people out there, I think, that need this reminder, that need this wake-up call, and to tell you that, yeah, you are acting like a victim and you are letting external circumstances dictate where you go in your life and who's in control of your life, you or anything around you. It's you. At the end of the day, you are in control of your life. It's your decision, right? So this is your reminder to just get out of your own way and think about all the things that you're letting stop you from accomplishing your goals, from chasing your dreams, from being happy, from seeking fulfillment, from finding success. All of these things are within your grasp in a reasonable manner, right? Aside from the things that I listed, sickness, disease, physical limitation, that kind of stuff, there are very few reasons why we can't have or pursue the things that we want in life. And we need people around us to help us get out of our own way, right? That was the other thing that he said, is surround yourself with winners, right? He said, you become a product of your environment, which means your friend circle, your family, your coworkers, the people you see every day, the people you hang out with, right? These shape you. I also have other feelings about this too. One of my favorite quotes is, I would rather walk with the broken than sit with the great, right? And to me, that means that, yes, you hear all this stuff on social media and everywhere around us that, we're a product of the people we surround ourselves by, right? And so always surround yourself with people that are successful and happy and, have the life that you desire and stuff like that, which is great. And I think there's a lot of merit to that. But let's flip the script for a second and talk about those people who already have those things. Why should they surround themselves with people like you? Why should they do that? I think that speaks volumes to kind of the mindset that we have and seeing things only through one lens, And listen, I don't think that's what he was saying. I think that, kind of a winning mindset is something that you can have at any stage in your life, whether you're not happy or you're, not rich or you're not healthy or something like that. You can still have a winning mindset, and you can work to surround yourself with people that have winning mindsets as well, and they'll accept that because they know and see that you have a winning mindset. But that, I think, needs to be articulated and explained and reminded, to everybody out there, is that, yes, surround yourself with people that are successful and that are winners, but also let those people in who may not be that yet, especially if you've accomplished that, and you're in a position to give that back. Make sure you take people under your wing. Make sure you're there to show people that same path, because it's important, right? And we need to help each other. We need, I think that, listen, that's part of my success, right? Is being able to, help somebody else succeed and achieve the same things that I did, even more so. Like success to me is seeing somebody more successful than me as a result of some of the advice that I gave, right? That's everything. But anyway, those two things I think really stood out to me about this episode. Really important. Number one, don't be a victim. Don't make excuses. Don't let external circumstances drive and dictate where you are, where you end up in your life. Life is too short, okay? And this is a contradicting statement to me. I'll get into that maybe in another episode. I don't want to take too long here, but Seneca also said, life is long if you know how to live it, right? But life is short in the sense that time is finite. So don't make excuses. Don't be a victim. Look yourself in the mirror and you say to yourself that, you can do whatever it is that you need to do. You can set aside all these external circumstances that are influencing you to make bad decisions, because at the end of the day, it's on you. It's on every one of us to look in the mirror and say, I'm a badass motherfucker and I can do this and I will do this. I'm going to find people to help me do this in every aspect of your life. And then number two, surround yourself with winners, with people who not only win themselves, but want to see you win. Because that's how we get better. And that's how the people with these mindsets that we're after, these non-victim mindsets, that's how they continue to succeed. So anyway, if you want to hear that and more on mindset and leadership and customer service and building, big business, definitely check out this episode with Tommy Mello. You don't want to miss it. If you have any suggestions for the show, if you want to hear me or me and a guest talk about anything specific, don't be afraid to engage. Reach out, ask. I love being able to ask questions. I'm usually the one asking questions on the podcast. I love being asked questions, as well. So don't be afraid to reach out and see if we can extract some awesome information from several of the 182 guests we've had at this point, 180 guests, something like that. Lots to talk about here, guys. So anyway, that's about all I got for today. Again, thanks for listening. Appreciate the support, and we'll catch you in the next one.